fiddling, rushing up, bouncing up.
You don't know. Is that heavy, Sheila?
Oh, I'm going to play the piccolo next time.
I'm glad mine's empty.
Nice.
Good job. It's always great when we end together.
Well, the Accordion Pool Party is, it's a one-day event, and it's a prototype event. It's the first of its kind. And the idea was to breathe some life into a blighted public space and clean it up, do something creative with it that was fun for the community, that was multicultural and artistic. And then, following that, to really sit down and have some serious discussions about what should we do with this site. I mean, this is a big place, and it's sitting in the middle of a really vibrant neighborhood, and it's been sitting here empty for 6 or 7 years, and that's really a crime.
It's a beautiful pool. I mean, architecturally, it's really terrific because it sort of has a cantilever deck that comes out from a great old pavilion, I think from the 1930s. And I remember, I've been in the neighborhood a long time, so I remember when the pool was really well used.
I just remember sometimes I was running late to open the pool because I had to have everything prepared, ready to go, and the guard or the pool aide or pool manager couldn't make it, and I'd run down the hill, unlock the gate, clean up everything before the pool opened, and I just remember there's a line to get in. We're talking 12:30, 1:45, and I'm thinking, pool doesn't open for another 15 minutes. I mean, I know you're happy to get in the pool and cool off, but I hate to tell you, but you're gonna have to wait. I'm just trying to get in. Everybody was happy. Just okay, we're waiting for you.
The pool closed as part of a citywide budget cutting measure. In one fell swoop in 2003, they closed 16 city pools. And this was one of them. And one of the reasons that it was closed was because of tremendous infrastructure problems, generators, it had leaking problems, it had big structural problems. So they just closed it, but they just chained it up and walked away from it.
One of the things that, as an elected official, one of the things that's concerned me since I started this work, both on the school board and now on city council, is how do we deal with property that we no longer need as a government. So how do we deal with closed school buildings, which I had a role in closing? How do we deal with closed facilities in the city? Those I did not have a role in closing. How are we going to reuse these sites? What are they to people now, and what should they be to people in the future?
At this point, I think a lot of people have just forgotten about it because it's not exposed as a pool to the street. A lot of people have said that, so we'd like people to notice the facility again.
The Accordion Pool Party is a really neat project. It's one of those examples of some creative people in a community, the Lawrenceville neighborhood, that had a passion for offbeat entertainment and a hobby, a musical hobby with accordions. But most of all, they were interested in reactivating a disused urban space. They combined engaging the residents of the community in sort of re-identifying that they'd lost an asset, but that there were some creative people with music and performance and socializing ideas that they wanted to actually get into the pool and re-energize this space.
It was Renzi Park in McKeesport, PA, and it was freezing cold water on summer mornings, swimming lessons, which is probably lots of kids' first memories of pools.
Sunshine, me in the middle, like very full, many people, like kids jumping into it, and smell of, I don't know, pomfret and ice cream.
There was a lake, there was a quarry lake, probably a sand pit, and it was opened up for swimming, and we used to go there. And that's where I took my swimming lessons when I was about 7 years old. I hated the swimming lessons, but shortly after I learned to love swimming.
I've been to an community pools.
What about North Park?
Well, but community pool where they have like a party and music and dance. No.
Do you like swimming?
Yeah, I like swimming a lot.
Are you looking forward to being in a pool with your accordion?
Yeah, there'll be no water, just accordions.
I have never seen a pool with no water except for that baby pool I have.
Honestly, my first thought when you mentioned accordions is that scene from Escape from Alcatraz when they used the accordion to block their little tunnel. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He bought an accordion, big case. And you know where they dug the wall out?
Yeah.
That's what he put in front of it to hide them digging.
Oh, okay.
Seen that?
I didn't ever see it. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know anybody that plays it. I don't know how they even work.
The accordion is a relatively young instrument as far as orchestral instruments goes. It was first patented in May of 1829 in Vienna by Cyril Damien, who was a piano and organ maker. And he thought this new instrument, which produced the sound with air blowing through bellows, vibrating little brass reeds. The free reed instrument, it's the type of instrument, the category of the instrument. He thought that this, in his patent, he wrote that it would be a very nice instrument for traveling, very light, small and portable. It was only about this big, the first one he made. And he thought that it would be, he said it would be very nice for like young men to play this when they're out with a young lady to attract her favor. So right from the very beginning, the accordion was considered a sexy instrument.
The sun is more brutal than I thought it would be because we've been in here at this time of day and it wasn't this way. So we'll hope for a cloudy day. I mean, I'm staring due west into the sun, so it's hot. They're doing okay. The environment's so different from where we've been practicing for the last 3.5 months, so we'll have to make adjustments to that too. I don't know.
Well, we're waiting a little bit for the heat to reduce. We did not expect it's going to be so hot today. The heat intervenes with the wax that's around the claps in the accordion. And if that melts, then, the accordion is going to break. And it's not going to produce the same sound. So that's why we're waiting for that. It's a very delicate instrument inside.
I wanted them to test the surface to see how it felt on their feet, because the African dance is done barefoot. So they handed me a piece of broken glass. So we have to troubleshoot this one a little bit because I didn't have them wear shoes that they could necessarily dance in today. One has flip-flops.
I don't know what kind of crowd we're going to have, come to think of it. I haven't actually ever pictured the crowd. Is it rowdy? Is it calm? Is it more elderly than young? We'll see.
My name's Billy Bob Sue, ma'am. How are you? This for you guys.
I've said all along that we can't even consider a rain day.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
Very. I have my very own solo.
You have your very own solo?
Yeah.
Is it long?
Yeah, it's a bit long.
Expecting a great turnout, yeah. I think we'll be turning people away.
I like there's no tomorrow.
But there is a tomorrow.
Their first set, let's welcome them.
The event is also really representative of kind of the old and the new meeting in Lawrenceville because it captures so much this ethnic identity that we have here, but it's sort of groundbreaking in terms of being an event. So I think an outcome of that is really that it's almost like a bridge building event between some of the different groups that we have in the community, and that's something that I'm really proud of in Lawrenceville.
Why are we covering this space? Well, because it's abandoned. Well, why is it abandoned? What are we going to do with it? And it starts to generate a conversation. We need a lot more of that, I think. And I think it's also fun. I mean, when's the last time you heard about an accordion pool party?
I think it's great. I grew up here and used to swim in this pool, and it's nice to see something going on in it again. Well, my parents met here when they were, I think, 13 and 14, and they've been together ever since, so it's neat to be back here.
He's going to play Chapanesas, which is the Mexican hand clapping dance. And Joe is going to help coach you through the dance and the rhythm of the clapping.
Okay, some of you might remember the Mexican hat dance, of which this is very similar. Christopher, Maestro, we are ready.
I would be willing to bet that most residents would simply want to see it come back as a pool.
Clearly, that's a question that people want to have answered. And I'm not saying the pool will be opened as a pool or not be opened as a pool. That's not my job at this point. My job is to hopefully use this project, which is a great project in and of itself, as a way to begin to re-envision that space. Deb and Susan are creating a work of art that will, I think, change the way many people have seen that pool.
I just wanted to show the neighbors who were so negative about the pool closing, and I understand that, and I wish we had a pool here too, that maybe we could fill the pool with hundreds of dancing feet, and we could fill it with music, and we could imagine it in different ways and take that activity and move it forward with the support of our mayor and council people and city parks, and bring it back to some usefulness for our community.
But I think, yeah, without exception, people were delighted to see it open and activated again. That pool is this sort of enchanted space. It's a space that immediately makes you start thinking about possibilities for things that could be done there.
If the neighborhood is getting healthier, then Susan and I could work to make a little piece of that neighborhood healthier as well. So our scope was really narrow. I mean, we just wanted to do something with the pool. We don't want to change the whole world.